This is Daryl as a Service. It is my Saturday morning, and as has been the pattern for a little while now, I've been frantically getting stuff together for presentations at Ignite. What I am working on is a session, it's a meetup called Keeping Up with Change in Microsoft Office 365. I spoke with Jeff Medford yesterday about some ideas around how to get some interactivity into this session. He talked to me also about, very briefly, about the journey of change that Microsoft have been going through, making software as a service and stuff in the cloud, and how do you keep people up to date with this sort of thing. So that's what the meetup's all about. It's about trying to bring people together at Ignite who are in the same journey. They are dealing with change in Microsoft Office 365 and the cloud. We're focusing on 365 for this session. And we're going to get together and share some stories. We're going to share our tips and talk to each other and learn from each other. But one thing that I want to do, and you know me, I love OneNotes, is to set up a interactive notebook, a collaborative notebook for this session. Jeff's got me a little excited. I don't want to hold him to it, but he said he might be able to swing a Surface Hub into the session. Not just so that we can scribble on the board, but I'm hoping to try and extend this to pushing it to Periscope, pushing it to YouTube, bringing in a live audience. So we'll see how far we get with that. Here's hoping. But anyway, back to our notebook. So the idea with the notebook is that the attendees coming to the session will be able to get together in groups of 4 in the rows that they'll be sitting in. You know, turn to the person next to you and also to the person behind you or in front of you, however that will work. And we'll all jump in and create a page each for that little group. Hopefully people will have their devices there, and they'll just jot in a couple of bullet points of responses and ideas to the questions that we discuss. So how do we get connected to this notebook? This is what I want to step through, and in true sense of working out loud, this is currently in progress. So just to have a look at the session. First of all, this is the session, Keeping Up with Change in Microsoft Office 365. It is session BRK2395. I'll share the link. I'm also going to publish a story regarding Office 365 and drop this video in here too. So we've got that. We have a session. As you can see, the description is it's really about trying to get people together and discuss change and learn from each other, and hopefully take those learnings, expand on those, and continue to discuss it in the tech community. There's a space there. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. The Change Alerts group. And the Change Alerts group has its origins in the original Yammer platform that was used for the tech community, where we just created a group and we started to keep each other up to date with changes in Office 365. If we saw something that changed, we'd share it. If we saw a feature that was leaked a little earlier before it should have been, then we'd share it. And if there was something that was broken, we'd share it there too. And in the true sense, the community kept each other up to date with changes. So that's where we'll be continuing the discussion. But back to the session. So what I'm going to do is I have created a notebook in OneDrive Consumer and Public, and I'm going to be trying to share that with the people who will attend the session. After the session, I hope to also make it public and share it as a view-only asset within the tech community, so we can have a look, and we'll sort of figure out how we can continue adding to this piece. All right, so how do we get connected? We've got the notebook here. Okay, just to explain, people who do attend the session will be able to connect to the notebook on the day. It'll be published using a guest link. It'll be anonymous. You will have a OneNote online experience, which is okay, but I'm hoping to give you a better experience than that and allow you to connect to the notebook on your apps. So that's what this is about, inviting you to connect to the notebook so you can get in there early, or begin to synchronize some of these changes so that you'll benefit from some of the notes that we make during the session, potentially on a Surface Hub. So that's what it's all about. It's about inviting you to that, and the way that I was going to do that was initially saying, oh look, DM us at ReOffice 365. So initially it was, if you see down here, follow ReOffice 365 on Twitter and Periscope. Here we are on Twitter and Periscope. and certainly on Periscope, because that's where we'll be pushing a lot of live content as we stream and do some. A couple of us are official reporters, Alistair Pugin and I are official reporters for the tech community, so we're going to get some special backstage access and a bunch of resources to be able to bring the stories to you. And we also have some members from the Regarding Office 365 team that will help us out in the background and also come along and answer some questions, and we'll do some panel discussions and things together and some crazy kind of activities. So do follow us on Periscope. Back to the notebook. I keep coming back to the notebook. The notebook over here, as you're seeing, this is the notebook. It is being built out. So that was my original idea for inviting people in, but I'm going a little better than that. I think that I can do better by creating a form. So I'm going to create this form. I'll publish this out so that we can, again, go through the instructions and say what's the purpose of this notebook, why are we connecting to it. But it's going to ask two simple things of you: to follow Regarding Office 365 on Twitter and Periscope. I'm not just looking for followers. There's a practical purpose to this. It's so that you can keep up to date with what we're doing at Ignite, and complete this form. Which, simple question. First question will be to drop in your address that you want me to invite you into the notebook for the session. Now remember, I'm trying to give you the best experience. It's about trying to allow you to connect using the OneNote notebook in the session, so you can take pictures, you can scribble on things if you've got a Surface or something with inking capabilities, your laptop as well. So this will be your Microsoft account or your Office 365 account, and I'll use that address purely to send the invite to you so you can connect to the notebook. And the second thing, just to show that you are attending Ignite, that you're not just some random coming off the internet and trying to troll me, is showing your Ignite attendee profile URL. So that I can see, yes, you're a genuine person who's going to Ignite. Again, I just say too that after this, the notebook will be shared with people who didn't manage to attend Ignite, but I'm just trying to avoid having people coming in and deleting pages and writing stupid stuff. So that's a genuine request there too. I will record something quickly after this. Maybe I could do it now. About how to, I'll do that now. How to get that attendee URL and be able to share that in there. So, which one was it over here? No, I think it was this one. Yes, okay. So I'm logged into Microsoft Ignite, or myignite.microsoft.com. And that's where I can go in and create my conference schedule. So I have done that, a bunch of sessions that I'm planning to attend, and because I'm speaking in some of them, I've also added those so I can keep track of what the heck I'm doing. You want to have a look at my profile, or rather my week so far? There are a bunch of other things in there that I still have to add as an additional speaking things and other activities. So that's cool. We've got our attendee profile. But what I want you to do is to grab your profile. I wish it was this easy. I wish you could go up here and go your profile and copy the link. But what you'll have to do is go into discover my conference. No, connect. Attendees. Tap in your name. There's a few people coming along that share a name with me. Hang on. Let me do that again. It's better to search, because if you notice there, it gives me like a massive search string rather than the attendee URL. So you search for your name, you find your name on the list, you click on the name, and now you've got your attendee URL with your unique ID that you're the attendee 216942. Maybe it'll be on your attendee card, I don't know. But that's the one that I'm after, and that's the one that you'll copy and paste into the responses form. So, no, those are the responses so far. No one's responded yet. Funny that, I haven't published it. But you'll be pasting it into there. So we'll grab this video, I guess, and I'll try and share that as an instruction in here, because that's something cool that you can do with forms. I can go in here and edit that and say I want to add a video to show people how to fill that out. maybe I'll re-record it, just so it's nice and concise. So that's my idea. And in result is that you'll be able to come into this notebook during my session, and you know, it's not a Daryl show, it's me. I'm facilitating this. It's a meetup. It's not going to be a boring old, a session that you go along to and listen to things and look at demos and look at, you know, presentation slides. This is about asking some questions and getting us talking to each other and gathering all this stuff together, all these ideas and ways that we're dealing with change. Feedback about change. You know, how have you found change this year? There's been some changes that have sneaked out as usual, but is Microsoft improving? Are they improving in the way that they create awareness? You know, these sorts of opinions that we're going to gather together, and feedback and ideas, and you know, where do you look to, and what are your sources for keeping up with change? So that's me. That's my idea. I'm hoping to publish the blog post soon with this. I'm also going to drop a little write-up in the on the session. There are sessions, let me see. Each of these sessions, and I know they're part way through this, look, keeping up with change, so that's the session. Within the tech community, they are currently building out a page for each session in Ignite. Now that's a massive task, but they're putting in placeholders for slide decks, so you'll be able to pull them down after, just like last year. For those sessions that are going to be recorded, then the YouTube video will also be embedded in there later. Now, I do have a list somewhere. Let me try and get to this. Yeah, this is how I organize my notebooks, and I do connect and disconnect from them. So here we go. Here's my list of sessions that I'm presenting. The Keeping Up with Change one. So here is the page in the tech community for this session, and I'm going to publish a few things in here to try and get the conversation going. I'll publish the blog post, various other things, so that if you are going to attend this session, or if you're interested afterwards, you can track your way back to all these resources and videos that we're creating. Now, I don't want to drop Jeff into it. He's just got me so excited because I originally asked for a Surface Hub for this session, and let me try and I think I've got it over here somewhere. Either that, or I'm going to just have to draw it again. Let's just draw it again. I think the concept for perhaps using a session, there we go, we'll draw it in this one. Using a Surface Hub, let's choose blue. Can I draw with, yes I can draw with a pointer. Kind of missing my Surface Pro at this point, but that's okay. I've got an iPad Pro that'll do the trick. The session room, originally it was going to be round tables, and there's going to be a limit of about 40 or 50 people coming into these sessions, but that wasn't going to do because some meetups have already got hundreds of people applying to come in. So the room is going to be traditional rows and chairs. There's going to be a stage up the front, which, you know, in my session it's not going to be used a lot. I'm just going to be using it as an introduction, but then we're going to get busy with interaction between each other. So there'll be a brief presentation. I'll throw up a couple of questions or just drop them up in there, but the idea is that each person will be sitting in rows, and then you will turn to the person next to you and to the person behind or in front of you, and you'll work together in a group of 4. You'll connect to this notebook. You'll then, you know, give your feedback. You'll answer the questions, a bit like, you know, how we can gather things together on big pieces of paper with pens, but we're doing it the smart way. Now, where does the Surface Hub come into it? Well, maybe Jeff, maybe if they get the budget, then it'll sit here as the Surface Hub, the projection area. There is, let me try and change this color up here. There is going to be, they've got cameras on either side, so, you know, we'll use that to draw on there. What I wanted to do, as you can see, we know how to stream to Periscope, we know how to stream to YouTube. That's what the Regard and Office 365 team do. We use a system called Pexip, which you can connect in via Skype. So we all know that a Surface Hub can connect to a Skype meeting. What I'll be doing from Pexip is calling into the Surface Hub, and from Pexip I'll be going out to YouTube and to Periscope. So this is one way that I'm hoping to bring in an online audience to potentially get some of the the questions and comments as people are asking and interacting with stuff. Potentially we can invite people into a Skype meeting so that you might have a maximum of about 200 people or 250 people in an online meeting. So fingers crossed, Surface Hub please, that'd be awesome. Yeah, big visions, big ideas about the session. You might see I'm wearing 2015's t-shirt. That's how I roll, sparking it up, many ideas, lighting fires, sometimes pulling it off. So yeah, what I will just finish off with is saying, do come along to my session if you are at Ignite. Let me go back to our desktop. Oh, you know what? I was drawing all this stuff on the screen and now I have to talk you through it again. Stage, people, projector, alright, potentially, Surface Hub, cameras, writing on screen, connecting to Skype. Pexip. So Pexip is the one that will be used to push it out to, or multicast to Periscope and YouTube. Sorry about that. We've got our action replay. There's our wrap up. Hopefully I didn't lose any people in the process as I was drawing stuff and staring at the screen and you were looking at the reflection in my eyes. I don't know about that. Alright, so back to wrapping it up. Our session is going to be Keeping Up with Change, session BRK2395. Look it up. If you're at Ignite, come along. Fill out the form. Please fill out the form. I'll publish that shortly. And try and get access to this notebook so we can turn it into a super interactive experience. So that's me on Saturday. Tune in again shortly. Daniel Glenn and I are going to be talking to Brian Levinson about some of the sessions that he's going to be doing at Ignite around the Office 365 Message Center, and again in keeping with the theme, keeping up with change. There's not much that he can talk about, of course, before the session because they have some announcements, but this is a pre-interview. It'll be on in about an hour's time, an hour and 10 minutes time, and we'll be doing an interview with him at Ignite and an interview after Ignite too, to sort of go deep dive and discuss some of the things about change in Office 365 and the Message Center. So that was me working out loud. Hopefully that was informative. Thank you QQWS for joining in and sticking with us, and for anyone else who watches this later on, keep an eye out for the blog post. Here it is, just being formed now on regarding Office 365. Stuff still to come. Catch you later, and potentially in an hour's time. Bye for now.